Really depends on like the success of the Ballerina. If the movie does not do well, it's not going to matter. We're going to get John Wick 5 and only John Wicks. We're not going to get any more spin-offs.
Hi, welcome to Film Stash. My name is Stephanie Hitt.
And my name is Douglas Campbell.
It's Ladies Week. Woo, woo.
We've reached the end of the retrospective, and now
The reign of horrible women in action movies is finally over. Today we're going to be reviewing Ballerina.
I still just think you're misogynistic, though. I was pleasantly surprised with this movie. Like, it was, I think, a lot better than I was anticipating it was going to be.
For real, yeah.
Like, I really had no expectations for this thing. It was, like, really fun, really creative action. I think that they might be onto the right track of how to do this franchise. Come up with basic action movies set in this world, you know? And as long as you follow the rules close enough, you can kind of go outside the formula. And I thought it was pretty well done.
I thought it was going to be kind of like, because, you know, how we were talking about like how 4 was more like fantastical and crazy, and I thought this was going to be closer to that style, but I think it was closer to the style of 2 or 3, honestly. Maybe closer to the style of 2. It was
honestly, I think it was closer to 1 and 2 personally.
Yeah, it was just very straightforward. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great way to expand upon the universe. I love that we got a deeper dive into the Ruscaroma.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yes, that was my favorite because, I mean, I had been wondering about them since we found out about them in 3, of course.
Thought it was like dressing, really, just to be like, oh, here's something kind of neat. This one, it's like, it seemed like they put some thought into it, but also, the thing I like about it too is that it kind of brought us back to the world of John Wick 1. It felt like we didn't know how deep this world went, and like normal people like got to interact with these like assassins and react like, oh my god, what the hell, people are shooting.
Yeah.
Like, it felt somewhat more grounded despite it still being a really crazy world. Now, I guess like my biggest concern is I thought they would have gotten like too lost in the sauce of like the John Wick lore, you know what I mean? I thought they would have added a bunch more lore with the high table. Oh, well, here's these other assassins, here's these rules, and this one's, and blah, 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 blah. The story itself is pretty standalone. I don't even think you needed to watch the other ones really to enjoy it. You enjoy it more if you watch, more specifically, John Wick 3. But this one, it felt pretty standard. Like, it's a standard action movie you could watch outside of John Wick, and it works.
I don't know Ana de Armas very much. I just know her mostly from like El Internado and then like Blonde.
Knives Out.
And
Knock Knock. That was the reunion we needed to see with this movie.
For real. And when we saw this happening and we were like, oh my god, they're back together.
Maybe it'll go better this time.
I wasn't sure how Ana de Armas would do. I've mostly seen her in like drama roles. I haven't really seen her be an action star, you know? They built her into like an action star.
She's great in a lot of things. If you're looking for something very actiony with her scene in No Time to Die, the latest James Bond film,
she was
fantastic. Bond. Yes, she was. This one, she really got to like put her chops to this thing. The action of this film, I don't think it's as great as the previous ones. We can maybe go into that a little bit later.
I think it's cleaner.
I don't know. It's more the editing and stuff, but I'll get to that. She fully commits to this, and I think even the fight choreographers, they kind of wanted to make this female badass stand out. Because like lately we've seen a lot of movies where females just kind of get it. They're able to fight. They just get it. This one, like, she really has to earn her victory. She fights dirty, has to hit like 5 times over and over and over.
Get realistic.
Yeah, like you're rooting for her because she gets the shit beaten out of her, but she gets right back up. It's great.
That's one thing I did really like too, is like the montage of her evolving from like someone who's trying their best, but you know, keeps falling down and getting up, to someone who's like jumping above the rest. I thought that was really good and really fun to watch, you know, and again, I feel like it also goes into like the deepening of the Ruscaroma because we see what kind of training they go through. Not to shit on Keanu in them, but like I feel like she has a little bit more mobility.
Well, she's younger.
Fighting scenes could be a little more
fluid.
Yeah, fluid. Like, I noticed, I was paying attention, like, when she, like, remember in the one review how we were saying, like, during an action scene and he's, like, fighting, like, 5 people, there's, like, the one guy just, like, turtling in the back until it's his turn to fight. For her, she was taking all of them on at one time, I noticed. You know, if someone was down, they were down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I agree with what you're saying. The actual choreography itself, I
Very
thought
good.
was like very good. Like, it's not on the same level of like the previous ones, but I thought it was really good. I think where it gets betrayed a little bit, and this is just my opinion, I think it's just like with the editing. I feel like with the fights in this one, like the editing is significantly more choppy. We got a new director this time. It's not Chad, what's his name? I'll put it right here. It's not this guy, but this time around, there's like a little bit more tight editing, so it like goes to a different angle and goes here and goes there. It's not as fluid as like we've seen before, where it's like one shots, you know? Which, I mean, I think sometimes you can get away with that, especially if it's a spinoff. It's a little disappointing, but the one thing that I appreciate about like the fighting, I think this is like the most brutal the fights have been in any of the John Wick movies.
I was thinking that
Like,
because
they actually allow gore this time.
there was gore in the others.
Yeah, but not this severe where you see guts and stuff.
We saw John put a book in a man's mouth and twist.
Yeah,
You cannot tell me
you
we have
literally
not seen
see
gore.
a man get exploded with a grenade in this one, and his guts fly everywhere.
That is something I liked too. They
I
used
liked it
so
too.
many grenades. So I was like, okay, so this is the next step. I think they've reached the peak of like action possibilities with this.
I don't know. We'll see where they go. I enjoyed personally. They do homage this a couple times throughout the movie. They were clearly inspired by older stunts and slapstick comedy. Like, there were a couple moments of slapstick throughout this thing. My favorite, though, was whenever they go to, like, the resort at the end of the movie and she's fighting the chef. Drop a thing of plates, but the gun's underneath. Where's the gun? So they're like trying to like find the gun, and they're eventually just smashing plates over each other's head. That's a slapstick moment, and I think it's great that they included like these little moments of levity in like otherwise a very intense action scene.
Yeah. Also really enjoyed that they gave the people what they wanted, and John was we saw John Wick fighting. Let's be honest, we are all there for the Keanu Reeves of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And watching a movie that he's only in for 5 minutes of scenes that we've already seen through film 3, and then getting more later when we think that we've already blown our load on John, you know what I mean? That was so exciting.
Yeah.
I was so happy. And I'm sure everybody else was too.
They didn't overuse him, which I thought was great.
no,
Because
and-
it could have easily have been that. It could have been easily just, here's all the John Wick references, and here's more Keanu. Or blah, blah, blah. Like the other John Wick movies, like, it's an incredibly basic, like, revenge story. I kind of wish we got to see more of just how evil this cult was exactly. I mean, because don't get me wrong, I mean, you can kind of tell some shady shit's going on because it involves like kids and whatnot, but like, other than just the fact that like, you know, her dad got killed, that's really all you got to see of it. Like, to see how evil these were, just so I could like root against you. You essentially have a reverse John Wick story with this. Obviously, John Wick, like his whole saga is like, he's out of the life and he's forced back in and he's trying to get back out. This is someone at their stage of their career where they had a choice to stay out of it, but they want to go in.
Like John tells her, like, the door is still unlocked.
You have
can
a chance.
Yeah. And
But-
she's like, nah.
Despite that, though, she recognizes just how terrible her life is with her deciding to stay with it. She's trying to save someone else from following in her footsteps. I mean, granted, it's not the deepest thing in the world, but I think, like, compared to the other ones, I feel like that's probably the deepest they've ever gotten. Let's be real. Before we go into our final thoughts and, like, our score for this movie, where would you rank this amongst the current 5 movies in this franchise?
Well, this is gonna sound like a joke. 1, 2, 3, Ballerina 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny because you were praising this, saying this was awesome, this was great, but then you have it amongst the lower tier of this whole thing.
I love it. I just don't love it as much as I love 1 and 2. Honestly, it's probably a little more equal to 3. You know what I mean? This was the first watch high. You know what I mean? After I watch it again and analyze it, I might be like how I am with 4.
Like, my score can change, obviously. 1 and 2 together. 1 and 2 are tied together. Ballerina, 3-4. It was a pretty solid action film. In terms of the future of this, she's like a good one-movie protagonist, I feel. Like, I don't know if I'd like follow her for a whole franchise, but like, she's great for a movie. She kicks ass. I don't know. It's gonna turn into John Wick again. I don't know if I would want to see that over again.
Anna de Armas, if you're watching this, who's a misogynist now, guys?
Like, she did a great job. I don't know if like this character has like legs for a franchise. I don't know if like you could do further adventures with her without it feeling derivative at this point, because you kind of explored her past. I'd give it like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
Straight 8. Just an 8.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any help that you've given this channel, any support that you've given me, I just want to say thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today here on Film Stash. Stephanie, thank you so much for doing this retrospective with me. I really appreciate that.
Anytime.
Yeah. Get out.
What?
Get out.
I live here.
Review's done. Go. Get out of here. We don't have any more John Wick movies. Get out of here.
Okay.
Get out! Well, that's all the time we have for today here on Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell.
And my name was Stephanie Hitt.
Get out! And if you excuse me, I'm gonna add to the stash. Thank you for... We'll do this again. All right, and serious.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any help that you step?
Trying.
Thank you for watching this video. 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 Jesus Christ.